My name is Angela Marina. I'm a Canadian S13 swimmer. As I have an intellectual disability, I have competed internationally for 200 free, 200 IM, 100 fly, 100 back, and 100 breaststroke. I started competitive swimming when I was 9 years old, and when I started, I was never the greatest swimmer, let's just to say, but one thing that made me love the sport, I was always happy in the water, and there's a place where I can feel safe and comfortable in. When I was 16, I went to my first trials. And at those trials, I was the underdog there. I remember swimming 200 freestyle, and I was ranked 5th going into that race. So I had no explanations of even medaling. I just was going there just for the experience exactly. And I remember swimming in the final, and then I ended up out touching the girl for a gold medal. So right when that happened, a lot of people started looking at me, and I'm oh, maybe this is where my career is gonna start. And from there, a lot of things skyrocketed. A couple months later, I went to Ireland, and that was my first international competition. One of the one of my favorite, not favorite, but memorable records, I would say, would be my 100 fly, because that one had a lot of sentimental. It took a lot of discipline, not giving up to get to that record. I believed there was a lot that was in my path throughout the 16 years, but if I have to make a guess, it would be my coaches, my family, Raid, my strength coaches. They were all part of my little community, and they all helped shaped me to be the person I am today. Confidence to me is believing myself, knowing I put all the hard work in, and trusting my training, and knowing everything is going to be okay, as long as if I'm having fun. So one of my favorite motivational quotes, especially when I was a swimmer, was a happy swimmer is a fast swimmer. And that one was always stuck with me, even when I was having a bad day or was mentally not there, I always reminded myself and smile, everything's gonna be okay. And that quote just always got to me. A big lesson is that it's not always about the times you do, it's about the memories and the progressions you make along the way. I can really relate to that, even with my fly, at sometimes I'm oh my God, I'm never gonna go a best time ever again. And my coach was no, right, it's about the progression. And Ange, your stroke is looking so much better than it did a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, and that's all that matters, is just the baby steps to get there, right? You're not always gonna see the best time, but it's the progression to get there. And I know even with my 100 fly, it took me 6 years to go a best time. I would just say maybe it was just not meant to be, and there's better things in store. I know, for example, for me, not at trials this year, my 100 fly wasn't where I wanted to be, but at the same time, I'm no, right, Ange, that's okay. This time is still pretty fast. 3 years ago, you could never even get near this time. So I'm no, right, it's just, that's okay. It was meant to be, and good things came out of it. I know usually at home, I would always write in my gratitude journal of things that were really good the day before that I learned, and things I want to do today to make it even better. I feel in swimming, I feel like it's 90% mental and 10% physical, because sometimes, you know, you have to like be ready to race. You don't get to race whenever you want. You have to be ready to race at a certain time, right? Certain heat. And sometimes this comes to that like final moment. Have fun, enjoy every single moment. Like, don't worry about your times or the place you came or beating so-and-so, right? Just worry about you and just like always smile, always laugh, like enjoy the moment.